guys, I am on the train. The infamous Lynx Blue Line. I am riding from 36th Street to I-485 all the way to the end of the line. We are slowing down to pull into 25th Street. I will explain to you why this train is infamous later, but I think you know why. A woman got stabbed on this train. That is why. Like, you should know this by now. Here's 25th Street Station. This is where you go if you want to go to Villa Heights or yeah, pretty much Villa Heights. There's really nothing in this area anymore except apartments. Some very upstart places. I just texted my dad and I'm on here. Came from Noda, came from Jack Beagles. Went to Boudreaux's, had a ball.
The next stop will be Parkwood Station.
The announcements are all screwed up because of all the security shit after the visit from Mark
Please
Molinaro.
stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
I'm making this video for all the blind people who are thinking about taking the train, thinking about being independent. The next stop is Parkwood. This is where you go if you want to access.
The next stop will be Parkwood Station.
Yep. Parkwood is where you want to go if you would want to go to Austin's Hall. And the reason I say that, especially for blind folks, is because Parkwood has sidewalks. And the street crossings there are all roll crossings, which means that you're not going to have to deal with stoplights, you're not going to have to deal with surges. All you're looking for is all quiet, all clear. Any crossing on the way from Parkwood to Austin's Hall. You can also go to 9th Street if you want to access the lower part of Optimus Hall, but I wouldn't recommend that because 9th Street, most of that walk does not have a sidewalk. I would actually recommend Parkwood. You'll walk through Optimus Hall. And Parkwood is where you actually access most of the food. Like most of the food court places, like Dumpling Lady, which it's a left. I think it's a left exit. I'm not sure. I haven't been here in a while. I came here with my mom in 23. But it's not that far of a walk, you know. What to look for if you're walking this is look for a lot of traffic noise. Parkwood Avenue, actually part of it merges into the plaza, so you will hear the traffic noise. That is what you want to look for if you want to go to Optimus Hall. Just like whatever driver you come to.
The next stop will be 9th Street Station.
I'll explain that one to you later. The next driveway you come to, just make sure there's nothing coming in front of you, like from eye to eye, and you're good. And there will be some steps to go into Optimus Hall. You will probably hear some people on the patio. That's what I recommend. Now this stop coming up is 9th Street. 9th Street is the northernmost stop in uptown Charlotte. It's honestly not useful unless you're going to the 4th Ward, like the heart of the 4th Ward, or you're going to UNC Charlotte Center City campus. Even if you're going to the 4th Ward, I wouldn't recommend getting off of here because 9th Street if you turn on, I gotta think about my cardinal directions. If you turn left off of any street east of Tryon Street, which will basically be College Street, if you turn left on College or Tryon on 9th Street, it is a very unsettling area to be in. There are no cars. It's not a nice area to be in. I've been in this area before on an art walk, which is on the channel. You can see it. You can watch the video. It's not a nice area to be in. I would not recommend it. I honestly, even if you were coming to the Center City campus, I would recommend getting off on 7th Street, which is the next stop, and taking College Street. I do not like 9th Street Station. But 9th Street Station is the southernmost part of the Blue Line extension of 2018. We are uptown, so.
This stop is High Street Station. Please exit right.
Oh, good, I'm still recording. I want to make this audio/video for all the blind folks thinking about taking the train, because you can do this. Honestly, you can do this. Obviously, I'm doing it right now. I don't want any blind person to think that you cannot do this.
Stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to leave.
I'm not sure. I think 9th Street is the right exit. I know every station from here on out, from here to Woodlawn, is a right exit. We're in the heart of the First Ward right now.
The next stop will be 7th Street Station.
7th Street is the northernmost station on the original 2007 Lynx Blue Line. I used to take the train all the way up here long before I ever had a YouTube channel. Long before. Several of my friends from going back to kindergarten. Reed's Fine Foods used to be here. Now it's 7th Street Public Market, which has actually been dwarfed by a place I'll talk about later.
This stop is 7th Street Station. Please exit right.
Right exit. This is the older part of the line. I just felt this going to 7th Street Station.
The next stop will be Charlotte Transportation Center and Arena Station.
Yes. That I will talk about later. This is where you access 7th Street Public Market, Maginot. This is where you can get on the funny bus at First Ward Park. The golf cart tours offered by Resident Culture. Discovery Place, all that kind of stuff. This is the entertainment stop right here. If you're going to a club, you want to get off at this stop. If you're going anything fun, you want to get off at this stop.
The next stop will be Charlotte Transportation Center and Arena Station.
Now this station, unless you're going to anything at the Spectrum Center or you have to catch a bus at the Transportation Center, do not get off at this stop. It is sketchy. Honestly, blind folks refer to it as the Charlotte Urination Center, and that should tell you anything you need to know right there. But there is an elevator that will bring you right down to Trade Street. And if you take a right,
This stop is Charlotte Transportation Center and Arena Station.
You will get right to Trade
right.
and Tryon. So do what you will. but I do not recommend getting off at the stop if you don't have to. Matter of fact, I may not be able to narrate because I don't know who's going to sit next to me after this stop.
I guess we'll just wait until she is. You remember what's up, Ron? Last stream.
Hello.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful.
What are
You coming out something on Spectrum Center?
Yeah, we're coming out of here right now.
What was at the Spectrum Center? A Hornets game or a...
Hornets game.
We win?
No.
But man, Charlotte teams never win.
Yeah.
I'm making a video for all my blind people about how to take the train.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So this 3rd Street.
The next stop will be 3rd Street and Convention Center Station.
If you are in an office building, you may be getting off here. Otherwise, not really. Actually, I wouldn't even recommend getting off here for the convention center because Brooklyn Village is actually closer to the entrance. But this is a good station to come to after a Panther game.
Next stop is 3rd Street and Convention Center Station. Please
Because
enter by-
Brooklyn Village would be absolutely mobbed after a Panther game. Because everybody just goes to that. Matter of fact, if we win, I always like to get my dad to come to this station right here. We'll walk through the park and hear the mountain and stuff. You'll more likely get a seat. If you want to stay, if you don't mind standing, you can go to Brooklyn Village. But if you have to sit down, come here.
Please stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.